On today's extra into your head to make up for there not being one last Wednesday, because I pay my debts around here, I can tell you. I pay my debts to society and to iTunes. Anyway, on today's extra episode, recovering from a Terminator shooting in a bar, how cat vomit fits into the circle of life, manual pen holders, a closer look at the rigmarole, why Jesus wants people to breed monkeys, a story about a story, enjoying weather indoors, and lots more.
You're listening to Into Your Head, hosted by Neil.
Absolutely fantastic.
We've a lot to get on with today. Items that need to be attended to, issues that need to be addressed, topics. Oh, topics. We've got lots and lots of topics. We're positively booming to the seams with topics. We've got topics coming out of this pen holder here. This holder of pens. I know what you're thinking there. You're thinking you could just as easily have a manual pen holder where you hold them in your hand. But that's not sustainable on a 24-hour-a-day basis. You don't want to be holding your pens all day, every day. So no, I have a pen holder here. It's basically just a pot. I don't think it was even built for that exact purpose. It was built for some other purpose. Manufacturers made it presumably in some sweatshop, some automated sweatshop with sweaty machines going around. That's the worst thing now. If you have automated sweatshops where they're replacing all the 9-year-old workers with machines, if that machinery has sweat all over it, someone's going to get electrocuted. Someone's going to get fucking electrocuted. But no, try telling that to the namby-pamby human rights advocates, and they'll say, no, a sweaty machine is a lot more desirable, or at least less undesirable than a sweaty child working 23 hours a day in a factory. They won't be saying that, I can tell you, when the machinery malfunctions and we have Terminator 4, the next generation, we have Arnold Schwarzenegger clones running around all over the place, and I tell you, this time they won't wait until they've had a full career in acting and then wait to be democratically elected governor. No, they'll just take over the world. They'll run rampant all over the place. They'll come down on us like a ton of bricks, and then we'll all be dead. We'll all be dead, and then you'll be sorry, I can tell you. Sorry for yourself. Probably just feeling sorry for yourself. Your life will be so fucked up you won't even have time to be sorry for others. Well, don't worry, they'll all be feeling sorry for themselves too. We'll all just sit around isolated feeling sorry for ourselves and never have any more interaction between the different people in the world anymore. We'll go back to being brainless animals. We'll all just live by instinct. I can tell you it'll be another 1,500 million years then before you learn how to use a wheel. Where was I? Oh yes, hello and welcome to the show. Two Terminators walk into a bar. One of the Terminators straight away goes up to the bar counter and says, hello, I need your weapons, your clothes, your motorcycle. I wouldn't say no to your best, finest pint of Guinness, please. And the man behind the bar just laughs. He laughs his head off like there's no tomorrow. So the Terminator shoots him in the head and then has a look around him and grabs everything he needs off people and goes off on a motorcycle. And then the opening credits start, if I remember rightly. The other Terminator at this point who came into the bar with him, he was fictional, so we needn't worry about him. This is a bit restrictive. Having two cats walk into a bar story that's confined to the script of Terminator 2, the movie, I find a little bit confining. So let's say after that, two cats walk into the bar. After all this is over, two cats walk into a bar. One of the cats goes straight up to the barman and says, you look dead. Have you been shot in the head or something? That's a bit much, I can tell you. This isn't the sort of place I like to drink in, but I'm thirsty, so I'll make an exception today. Do you want me to ring for an ambulance? You probably do. Will we ring for an ambulance? Well, I don't have opposable thumbs, but if someone can, surely to Christ one of you people can do it. Like, pick up your portable cellular telephone and ring the appropriate emergency services, and I'll just sit here until someone else comes out and gets me a drink. I'll try not to get in the way, because I realise my beverage is not a priority at the moment for any of the people either working here, be they dead or alive, or any else here. So I'll just get out of the way, make myself scarce, although not so scarce, because you don't really want cats to become so scarce that they become extinct. You've had that with enough animals for now. A cat is one animal I can tell you that we don't need to become extinct. Yeah. Extincticate the ugly animals and the dinosaurs and the fire-breathing dragons and all those sorts of things. Don't extinct the freaking domestic cat, for Christ's sake. Where would we get all the comics on the internet out of for a start? I don't know. See intoyourhead.com comic section. Anyway, suffice to say, the cat sits down there and waits, and eventually the 999 people come up with 999 emblazoned on their t-shirts. That's the new way you do it. It's all about branding. They say, these people, they wear uniforms, they might as well be a walking billboard for what we do. So if everyone takes note, they'll say, there's 999 written on that emergency official shirt. I must make a mental note of that 999 is a number available for me to call should I ever have the misfortune to be with someone who needs the assistance of the medical or emergency services. So anyway, the man gets carted out. Then another fella from the bar comes out from behind and says, hello, can I help anyone here? Sorry about that. The owner and boss and manager got shot, and he's gone off to hospital to find out whether he's going to be dead or not. It's a bit stressful, quite frankly. But sure, what else would you do in a stressful situation like this other than drink? Can I help you, sir? And the cat says, yes, please. Can I have a pint of your finest Guinness, please, whenever you're ready? Don't want to be a burden, so no rush. Take your time there. And the man says, not at all. This is a great distraction for me. I don't want to be sitting around hospital waiting rooms waiting to find out the outcome all night. I'd rather be here pinting up a bucket of alcoholic beverage for a talking cat. That's it. If I could choose where to be tonight, I can tell you it would be here. Although I wish I hadn't been here earlier when that Terminator came in and started shooting at people. Although luckily I wasn't. I was out back, as it happens, getting another keg of Guinness. And this is the first pint out of that. So with this pint, I think I'll have one myself. We'll celebrate the dawn of a new era in which the shooting in our premises is over. And we only went on for a couple of minutes anyway. Thank Christ time is linear, because I wouldn't have to live that over and over again. That would be a pain in the arse, I can tell you. Wouldn't really help with my emotional or spiritual health or any of the rest of it. No. What you say you wanted? A pint of Guinness? Yes, sir, a pint of Guinness, please. And will your friend who's sitting down there have anything? And the cat says, oh Christ, I forgot about him. I was meant to be buying a round. That's why he sat down and I came up to the bar. Yes, a pint of Guinness for him as well, I suppose. Another pint of Guinness, not the same one you're giving me. We'll drink separately. We're not a fucking couple. We don't want to share a Guinness and drink a straw. Certainly, sir. I get the idea. Nod, wink, wink. You're not together. I get it. Don't worry. Your secret is safe with me. And the cat says, that's great. Thanks very much.
The Into Your Head podcast will be right back after this.
If the human intestine were laid out in a straight line along the ground, it would no longer work.
We're back with the Into Your Head podcast.
Now, I know what you're thinking there. You're thinking, You're thinking, You're thinking, You're thinking, now I wonder, what's this now? What's this now? What is he doing with this whole rigmarole? This whole rigmarole? What's a rigmarole anyway? Let's look up what the rigmarole is, because there's always being. hearing it increasingly more lately, especially coming out of my own mouth. So it's probably important to know what it means. Rigmarole. Don't even know how it's spelt. I'm sure we'll find out. Oh, there we go. Rigmarole. Hurry up the internet. Rigmarole. Bollocks. Rigmarole. Unaccountable, complex, obsolete procedures, excess steps or activity, needless motion, nonsense, confused and incoherent talk. Absolutely fantastic. So I've been using it in the right context. Rigmarole. Basically everything you hear on this show is a rigmarole. A whole rigmarole. I could stand up and say, hello, before we start today's show, I'd like to put out a few safety features and the safety announcements here. Now, if during the course of this listening process, if you're wearing cheap headphones that are slightly broken, if you feel any electricity or anything buzzing into your head, please remove the earphones from your ears immediately, because that's dangerous. Or if there's lightning going on, don't be wearing earphones at all. Or if your internet comes in through a big huge spire up on the roof made of metal and it's connected into your ears, you probably shouldn't wire your head up to a thunderstorm just to listen to this show. That's all I'm saying. So they take a few precautions. What else is there to tell you? Is this long enough to be a rigmarole yet? I don't know. It seems very important to me, though. I think to call it a rigmarole seems to me to be underplaying it. These are important. Safety instructions are important. What else can I tell you? Don't sit on this chair that I'm sitting on, because it's leaning to the back a bit, and once you're used to it, you'll know what way to put yourself down in it very carefully so that you won't break your back. But if you were to come along and sit on this chair now, I can tell you, you'd be unaware of it, and you'd end up on the flat of your back. You'd have the back of your chair under your back, so at least we could use it as some sort of a makeshift conveyor thing for carrying you. But no, that wouldn't be much of a consolation. It wouldn't be much of a consolation at all. Although that doesn't really, you're not in the studio. In your mind's eye, you're in the studio, and I suppose in your imagination, if you came into this studio and had an accident on the chair, it wouldn't affect you physically. So, no, let's not get worried about that. Let's not get worried until someone at least creates a virtual into your head game where you can come into my studio virtually. In which case, feel free to do whatever you want. For Christ's sake, this is a free world. We're not run by Saddam Hussein anymore. We're not run by that other fella who they caught. The other fella. They're all dead now. All these fellas that used to rule the world with their cloven hoofs and their guns and their nuclear bombs, they're all dead. Well, except a few. There's probably a few left. There's a few people still going around with nuclear bombs and weapons and guns, but we're slowly rounding them up. Another few years now and the world will be all the Garden of Eden all over again, except with evolution and iPhones and things. We're getting there. I must say I'm rather optimistic about the future of the world. I have here a machine in front of me. It's called an iTelephone, but I can listen to myself on it. It's absolutely fantastic. It's like having my own head with me in my pocket. I have to wire it up to my head, and then I put that in my pocket and I press play. And I can be anywhere where there's an internet connection, and I can listen to me. I can listen to the sounds that came out of my own head at an earlier date. It's absolutely fucking fantastic. It's like having a portable memory, except with audio, so you don't have to think about it. Anyway, hello, and welcome to the show.
Into your head.
Do you like this program? Well, it's about time you proved it. Search for Into Your Head in iTunes. Leave a 5-star rating and write a nice review under it. Do it today. It's been 6 years, I'll be checking. I eat podcast listeners for breakfast, Breakfast. Anyway, review the podcast in iTunes. It's important. Hash browns and toast, please.
Remember, we value the opinions of you, the humble and ignorant listener. Email studio@intoyourhead.com.
Support the Podcastual Arts at no cost to you. Just click through the Amazon link at intoyourhead.com whenever you go shopping for anything, even if you use Amazon UK or Canada. We'll take your weird foreign money here. We're not proud. Just visit intoyourhead.com and click on the appropriate Amazon banner.
Monkey nuts. That's what they call them. They call them big, steaming, dolloping, arse-wiping, cat love pupper sitting on windowsill, copy of, my second ever copy of the Whiz Kids Handbook by Peter Eldon, purchased for 1 cent on Amazon and just arrived. What else? Piles of monkey nuts. That's what they call them. Well, they don't necessarily go through that whole rigmarole. Sometimes they just say monkey nuts, or sometimes they just say peanuts, or sometimes they just express it in music. In fact, that's what they did back before language. People used to express things in music. They'd say big steaming dolloping piles of big steaming dolloping huge piles of, and you smash them open and you get and then you get down your gullet like there's no tomorrow, and then you get another one and you down your gullet like there's no tomorrow, and then 6 hours later you go for a, and then the whole system starts again. It's the circle of life, as Elton John used to say. It's the circle of life. It's the wheel of fortune. It's the band of gold. It's the what do you call it? It's the circle. It's all perfectly natural anyway. The whole circle of life. We all go out and take a piss out in the back garden, and someone comes along, some cat or something comes along and licks it up and says, "Oh, that's disgusting. I'm going to puke that involuntarily now," although they probably don't think that. Involuntarily, they can still say it. You can know that you're going to involuntarily do something and still be aware of it. You're just not aware of any way to prevent it. So they say, "I'm going to involuntarily do this now. Please look away, because this could get ugly," and then they puke it up. And then some insects or something come along and live in the puke for half an hour, and I don't know, they live off or whatever. And it ends up in the streams, and it becomes part of a rain cloud. Then it falls down over a nuclear power station and diffuse the nuclear power station's cooliness for a couple of minutes, extending the life of the world by a couple of seconds. Whatever. I don't know the full details of the circle of life. I think there's more than one circle. It's like the Olympic game symbol on NASA's. It's like if they've got 5 rings in it. The circle of life probably has billions, all interacting, all connected up, looped together. You've got the circle with the dinosaurs, and you have the circles with the Adam and Eve, with the snake wrapped around them. You have the poison apple thing. You have the circle of people who eat their own flesh because they're caught on some. How does that work out in the circle of life? If you're on a desert island for 10 years and you have to start eating your own limbs, is that part of the circle of life? I wonder. It probably is, because I don't know. By the time you do finally die there, there'll be some insect who's been living off the remains of your foot that you didn't eat, and he's going to eat you now. I don't know. I was never much of a naturist or a biologist myself. I was more of an accountant, according to the people who advised me anyway, hence spending 6 years studying fucking accountancy to no end. But no, suffice to say, 2 monkey nuts. That's where I was. Monkey nuts. That's what we called them. We called them big, steaming, dolloping piles of monkey nuts. And we'll still be calling them monkey nuts many thousands of years from now, when someone's writing the Bible for the 2000th century. They'll start with. They'll start by saying, "And verily there was a fella going round picking monkey nuts up for Halloween. Picking them up for Halloween. He didn't want to buy them. Well, he wanted to, but he couldn't, so he didn't want to turn away the trickster, so he collected wild monkey nuts and put them in a bag and got them ready in a bowl beside his front door. And then the next thing, Jesus appeared. Jesus appeared to him on a monkey nut. He said, "Hello, I'm Jesus." And the man said, "Oh, Christ." And Jesus said, "Relax now there. I realise this is a bit shocking having me or anyone else appear to you on the monkey nut. But remember, I'm the good guy. I'm on the good side of all this. I'm the fella who died for your sins. And here I am emblazoned on the monkey nut, and I'm here to help. So calm down and relax. Relax and calm down. Take a chill pill. Did you collect any chill pills? Or you probably didn't. Yeah, a mushroom even. No. Surprised now, because usually when you see me, it means you've had some mushrooms that you shouldn't have, not least because they're illegal. Although I'm not here to represent the laws of the land, I'm here to represent God's law, my father's law, the same fella who created this monkey nut on which you see me right now. He's the fella who makes the laws around here, I can tell you. Anyway, what I wanted to see you about was, would you mind if I get up off this monkey nut? Incidentally, it's not that comfortable. I'll just stand up in personical form for a moment, if you don't mind. That'll involve me being inside your house. I'm already in your house as a monkey nut. Normally at this stage, I'd go outside and ring the doorbell and do you the courtesy of waiting till you invite me in. But if you don't mind, I'm just going to reform as a human right here in front of your table. Is that okay? You'll say, fine. Yes, go ahead, Jesus, if that's your real name. You say, thank you. Jesus says, is this? In fact, it's not my real name. That's lots of translation happened, though. You have to settle on something. It's more of a brand than a name, really. Don't poo-poo brands too much here. Remember Coca-Cola, do you? No, you probably don't. But I can tell you, for a long time, people did. They said, Coca-Cola is it. Coca-Cola is it. Something, Coca-Cola is it. Okay. Coca-Cola is it. Coca-Cola is it. Coca-Cola is it. Coca-Cola is it, and all sorts of other things. Songs for the times, that's what they are. Of course, nowadays, they just put the Coca-Cola into the water supply with the chlorine, and you don't have to worry, you're probably not even aware that it's there. But no, that's not the point. What I wanted to talk to you about, young man, was that, well, firstly, I admire your collection of natural monkey nuts to hand out at Halloween. But I don't, with all due respect, appreciate your celebration of Halloween. You're taking part in this demon-led ceremony. Speaking as Jesus, the Son of God, I'd rather you celebrated Christmas, and I'd rather you mark Good Friday, although not celebrate it if you don't mind, and celebrate Halloween when I came again. You should probably start celebrating today as well, because this is the day I came to your house, so that's probably going to be a new thing now. You'll probably, in your life, it'll probably be overshadow a Halloween for the rest of your life, the anniversary of my appearance on your monkey nut. But then you'll think about the monkey nut and you'll be reminded of Halloween. I suppose there's not much I can do about that unless I start doing all this magical abracadabra stuff. Is your chair squeaking again, incidentally, narrator? Yes, it is, Jesus. I'm afraid my chair is squeaking again. Sorry about that. I meant to go and get the oil. It's probably too late now, is it? Yeah, it probably is. We're 17 minutes into the show. No, we'll deal with that. Don't worry about that. This show has never been about the sound quality anyway. It's more about the quality of the thoughts. Fair enough, narrator. Now, if you don't mind, I'm still trying to carry on with this story with minimal input from you, says Jesus. So Jesus goes on and explains to your man all about his problems with Halloween. He says, this isn't explained very well in the Bible, but basically Halloween is a pile of crap. More monkey nuts get the brunt of it. Unfortunately, when you talk anyone out of celebrating Halloween, as I'm I'm hopefully successfully doing right now. An unfortunate side effect is that they also have to avoid monkey nuts for the rest of their lives. The poor monkey nuts. We'll find some other use for them, hopefully, maybe. Maybe you could start breeding monkeys. How would that suit you? I know you've got cats, but monkeys. Get some monkeys. Why not? Just make sure you go do a whole above board, get the appropriate licenses. Anyway, there you go. That's a monkey nut story for you. Back to your narrator, Neil from Ireland. Oh, thank you, Jesus. I didn't realise we were telling a story there. Well, apparently we were. Anyway, on with the show.
The Into Your Head podcast will be right back after this.
Casting stones is sinful. Therefore, he who is without sin should not agree to be the first to do so. It's a trap.
We're back with the Into Your Head podcast.
Once upon a time, there was a story. There was a story just like this one that I'm telling you now. There was a story exactly like this. Very like it. Whole stories are pretty much the same at the beginning. They start with either once upon a time or John rose slowly from his hammock and placed one foot gently and on the ground, and then he lifted up his other foot and moved it forward and then down and kept moving it down until he could feel solid earth underneath it, and then he leaned forward and let his arse lift up both the hammock and used his hands to balance, and then he started walking towards the house in which he had lived for many years. He still lived in it. He hadn't abandoned it. No, he had just gone out for a couple of hours to enjoy the weather in his hammock. That's not to say you can't get some enjoyment from the weather indoors. If it's bad weather, you can enjoy the weather more indoors. You can enjoy not being in the weather and watch it out the window. But if it's good weather, the best way to enjoy it is to be out in it, out in the weather, out and about. Say to your kids, where are you going today? And they'll say out, and you'll say good. Now today is a day for going out. Well, if it's a wintry day, say, where are you kids going today? And they say out. You say, no, you should not be going out, you should be going in. And they'll say, but we're already in. The only way, once you're in, the only way to go is out. As Yaz and the Plastic Population said in that song once in the 80s, the only way is up, up for you and me now. The only way is up, up for you and me now. Well, I know that's about up and down, but in and out is pretty much the same thing. It's just different directions, because the universe has no concept of up or down. You can tell them I'm going up to the North Pole or down to the South Pole. It might just as well say I'm going west along the equator or I'm going east along the equator. It doesn't matter. The universe doesn't have a roof and a floor. Just has a spherical wall going all the way around. It's like being in a giant football, and even that wall, we don't even know if it's a solid thing or just an invisible marker in the sand. What sand, I hear you say? Well, there might be sand at the edge of the universe. There might be some planets or asteroids that happen to be on the exact edge. I don't know. These are things we haven't figured out yet. Anyway, once upon a time there was a story, and for the first 2 minutes and 45 seconds, the story gets a bit distracted. It goes on about the universe and up and down and in and out and over. But that's the way we like to do things around here. It's the way you tell them. As the dead comedian from Northern Ireland, Frank Carson, used to say, it's the wild way you tell them. And he was quite right about that. Stories and jokes and humour, it's all about the way you tell them. That's why autobiographies and instructional manuals about this sort of thing turn out to be crap, because people misinterpret that. They say, it's about the way you tell them, so let's write books about the way to tell them. No, you just learn how to tell them and then tell them. It's not about getting enjoyment about telling people the way that you tell them. No. Anyway, on with the show.
Sit, Pippi, sit. Good cat.
IntoYourHeadPodcast.com.